Tonight's episode is brought to you by the Be Real Podcast Network. For more episodes like this, go to BREELnetwork.com. Enjoy the show.
Fatality.
Podcast, and tonight we're talking about Rings, starring. You know what?
Does it really matter what her name is?
Matilda Anna Ingrid Lutz, I think is.
There you go. Alex Rowe, I know that one, and this is Jordan, along with his good pals Eric and Ed. How you guys doing this evening?
Hi.
Why?
We're doing all right.
Well, wow.
Yeah, I mean. It's all right. It's another wintry day. I don't know. I fucking saw this movie, man. Like,
yeah.
Continue, please.
I mean, this is. I have a question to ask both you guys. Actually,
Okay.
do you feel how like this is a really weird thing to? No, it's typical actually, but it's weird in that like I'm at this age now, and you guys are right along there with me. Where the movies that we had seen in impressionable times now are either getting extended into the Beat sequel or they're doing the remakes or something like that. And so you watch it and you automatically compare it to what you knew it to be as, and everything just sucks because of it. Like, are you becoming more of a cynical person, or are movies just not holding up their end of the bargain anymore?
That's a good question. I remember I was talking with somebody about having to go see this movie, and I made the comment that this movie came out in 2002, like the original, not Rings. Ring came out in 2002, and I was 14, and that was 15 years ago. So like the age that I was when that movie came out is the same age that a lot of these kids going to see this movie, they were just born, or not yet, you know what I mean? So they are trying to reintroduce the movies that caught fire for us when we were younger, when we were the age that they're trying to get here. And I just don't know if they're trying it and it sucks, or like you said, I seen the originals, and I'm not personally a fan, but I caught what a lot of people liked about them, and it just, for me, it's the nostalgia thing, you know what I mean? And we had already done Jurassic Park, we talked about Jurassic Park. I think we did
Independence Day. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, and then with Judge Dredd, which is a little bit before my time, but still, RoboCop, same concepts, So like, I'm torn. I don't know if movies just suck or Hollywood has no new ideas.
Or is it just like in the case of the story of character itself? And we'll get back into Rings and Rings a little bit more, because I was going to touch base on this, because you had said about Dredd. Because I thought that the new Dredd movie was with what's the Carl Urban, or is that his name?
Yeah, it was great.
I thought it was great. Yeah, I like that movie a lot.
I enjoyed them too, but I at the same time, like looking back, I remember being a kid seeing Judge Dredd with Stallone and being like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Like I want to be a futuristic robot cop and
I want to be a
you know,
judge.
or a judge or a RoboCop and wanting to be a cop, a robot cop. I remember wanting to be those characters, you know.
Yeah.
And I see these movies now and I watch them and I'm enjoying them, but I'm just not getting the same thrills. And I'm not sure if that's because, like you'd said, I've become more cynical about movies, or they're just not as good, or maybe I'm just an asshole. I mean, that's very well a possibility.
Well,
What I think.
no, you
Go
go ahead.
Sorry.
Say yours, Jordan, because I was going to go into the next.
Well, I was going to go on your question. Actually, going with Rings. I think the problem is that we're just not scared anymore. You're right, Ed. Rings. The first movie came out in 2002. I was 15 years old. I went to the theater to go see The Ring, and I almost pissed myself. I mean, when she came out of the television in that first movie, it was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it was
goosebumps.
so scary.
Even as you're saying it,
Um,
goosebumps.
oh yeah, it was scary. It was scary. And then Ring 2 came out, and the opening kill was really good, where it was the boy and the girl. I don't know if you guys remember the opening. And the boy gets killed by Samantha, the ghost girl, and she turns him around, and he has that weird face with his jaw screwed up.
Yeah, yeah.
Scared me at that point. I think the problem is that I went into Rings this last weekend, and I was like, I legitimately was scared walking in. Like, oh my god, is this gonna be just as fucking like I was trying to remember my childhood and how scared I was. I walked out of that theater going, oh, okay. So she pulled hair out of her mouth. Okay,
Oh, that's a good.
like it's, you know what I mean?
You know what? I'll branch off of that. When I first walked in this movie too, and the opening scene started on the airplane, yeah,
Yeah.
I felt the anxiety a bit more, and that's only because I know exactly how I felt when I saw the first movie. Now, when I saw the first movie, it was I felt very privileged because I saw it at the pre-week premiere, the test audience type thing,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
or was a pre-screener, whatever they call it. Either way, it was there, and then they do the complete release next week. With those screeners, they don't do any previews. And I just had a friend who was just like, "Hey, listen, Saturday night we're doing this, or Friday night we're doing this." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So high school, get completely fucking bomb baked, walk in just drifting on a cloud, no idea what I'm gonna go see. See this movie scared me half to fucking death, and it scared me sober. It just like
Scared you sober.
scared me
Nice.
so fucking sober. Like there's so much like my heart was just racing, so it just pumped it all out just real quick. A fantastic movie, and it did what horror movies dream of doing, which is you've created the character in a universe, a timeless character. Samara is unique. Everyone automatically who that is, what she's about, everything about it. Same with Freddy, same with Jason, same with Leatherface. You know exactly, oh, I know who that is. I know what they are. I know everything about them. Same with her. You know everything about it. And she did that in 2002. Now, albeit remade from a Japanese movie, so
Ringu.
Ringu, we'll give them credit as well too. Japanese know how to make a thriller, but they still stuck to their guns and they did a very good job with it too. Ring 2 happened and that was meh. Uh, Reindeer really, but
Yeah.
to do this, it's this continuing of a trend of taking something that worked then and rebranding it, taking that piece of clay that was molded into the Ring movie, and then taking it and beating it down and just kind of refurbishing it almost for the kind of this newer audience right here. And you have to a lot of challenges come to that because you need to keep the story going, so you need to obey the rules that were kind of in the first two, unless you throw in the loopholes, the workarounds, which they fucking do, you know. And
Yeah.
I have questions about that too, because if we find out that in order to break the curse, you just need to pass that STD along, pretty much, right?
Just like
it follows.
it follows.
Yeah, good.
Just like it follows.
Yeah, good call. It's exactly like that. Yeah, you have to make the copy and then give it to somebody else. But what happens if you make multiple copies? You know, I mean, like, are you just like all you need to do is one, and so now I'm free to do it however many times I fucking want? And is it like one of those where like once you've already seen it, like are you on the white list now? Do you know what I mean?
True.
So like let's say I've seen it, I make my copy, I give it to you, Jordan, and then from here on out, if that video pops up, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm immune. It's hey, no, you can play it. I've already seen it. You know, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this though. I'm in now. Maybe this is because it's a different like the subreddit part of the movie that they were talking about, like the movie within a movie, the Inception. But when Johnny Galecki and then what's his name, Alex or whatever, when the girl's supposed to be watching the video that was meant for her, and only for her, they aren't looking. They don't look at that movie. So
Correct.
maybe they don't know if they're immune or they're not immune,
But they skimmed
or
through
they've
it.
discovered that.
They had to take the original. They had to take the video, which by the way, but that's another part too. We've now converted this thing digitally. The properties that have now. I mean, a videotape is one thing. That's an object. That's like something you find at like the devil's, handy store right there. That's
Or some random flea market from a dead guy in a
yeah.
or a plane crash
Like that's
family.
that's
Yeah.
a Stephen King item of terror right there.
It's a
Like
Horcrux.
yeah, exactly. It's in the basement of the cabin of the woods.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
but now you have it digitally, and like you've breaking it down. Like there's an actual file size to this, and it's being passed along like many different people now too. You're actually turning this into to something, and I have a lot of
Yes.
questions about this, and so in that part, I'm interested in, and how the
Yeah.
movie ended, which we'll get into, leaves it kind of like well, almost to like Jason-sized properties here. Where how far can we go with this?
Yeah. But see, now that's what I was
Samara in
pissed off
space?
about.
Let's do it.
I mean, like, I kind of a love hate with this. So, people who, well, you fans who've been listening to us for a long time know that last summer when this movie was announced, I was gung ho about it. We were supposed to do it in the fall, but then they pushed it all the way back to the February of 17 release. I was excited to see what they're going to do with it, Eric and Ed, because you can't do a sequel. I mean, that's why the second one failed, because how this movie is different, how Samora is different than Jason Michael Freddy is the best way I can say it is that we already know how to kill her in the first movie. It was already established. Everything that you could know about that character was done, over with. There's no reason for a sequel. So when I saw the trailer, when they were like, oh, it's digital now, that makes so much sense. I actually like that concept. So that's what I was excited to see. Like, oh my God. So I'm a dumbass kid and I open up an email and watch a video, I'm done. A little bit different than a VHS tape. So I dug that part about it. You know what I mean?
You know what? Actually, as I was watching that part, like I actually kind of thought of like a bit, a Family Guy bit, or like an SNL bit,
Nice.
where like
Yeah.
imagine like this gets viral, it catches, it goes on YouTube and blah blah blah, it gets big. It's like there's got to be a bit now where like business is booming for Samara here, and cut to like a bit of her just kind of sitting at a table in a chair, just kind of moping over, and she's just constantly she's like, I gotta make all these fucking phone calls, guys. I got look at this list. Hold on, this one first. 7 days. Hanging up. Okay, next one. 7 days. I just got. I am booked solid here for this
Yeah.
month here. You're 7 days. We're gonna make this one extra. Let's make it 10 days.
Nice.
Sorry, guys, I'm
Well-
booked up 2 weeks.
This is I gotta. I mean, I'm all over here.
Well, see, like, and that's why I said that you can't even do Ring 2, hence Ring 3, the third one, because I watched the first one to prepare for the review, and that's the thing. The reason why you watch the videotape and she says 7 days is because you're supposed to find out what happened to her so you can set her soul free. That's what she does in the first movie. That's what the main girl does. Rachel Weisz, right? That's what she does.
Naomi Watts.
And no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yes, Naomi Watts. That's what she does. She has 7 days to figure out what happened to Samora. She figured it out. She set her free. Over with. So why make a sequel? And I guess the only option is, like you guys said, let's reboot it. I am pissed off. Side note, but relevant. They have canceled the Friday the 13th movie because this fucking tanked.
Yes, they did. I was gonna bring that up.
Because this tanked, they canceled it.
Really?
Yeah. So this movie was made a budget for $23 million, and it's only grossed $30 million. They made a profit.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
it's
that's
not big numbers.
That's not. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That numbers say profit, but
Yeah.
that's not.
So
that's not a.
The same studio that did
glowing.
Rings is doing Friday the 13th. They already had their casting. They already had the director. They already had the script. They were going to start filming in April of this year, but they granted Friday the 13th a $25 million budget, $2 million more, and they're like, "Oh, Rings tanked, so we're not confident." Okay, first of all, Friday the 13th has a huge fucking following compared to Rings.
Yeah,
So,
like
these
the directors. I think I'm not putting it on the studio. I'm not putting it on the writers. It could be, but I don't know who to blame as far as to that. But I'll talk about it as a whole. Then is that these are already characters established. The villains, the anti-heroes. Whether it be a Jason or Samara. These we already know. Everything's there laid out. So don't make it stray. Stick to what they do best, and what they do best is simple. Like that's why
Kill.
it's so scary, is because they aren't mobile through your cell phone. Samara did it on her cell phone, on the girl's cell phone.
Yeah.
She's just like, guess what, bitch? I'm part of that Verizon family too. This ain't
This ain't
even this ain't even costing me minutes, bitch. Like, watch the
Hope
well.
that bitch had unlimited data, because that thing is gonna eat her plan up.
Exactly. So like, and say with with all the other characters, like you know what they could do, and so don't make the setup so easy. Like a lot of surprise is what these characters do best too. Like that's why is because when you turn and you see that silhouette,
Yeah.
even a shadow, you know who the character is. Like that's scary as fuck. Just their presence alone, not them doing anything crazy or like that. It's silly to me when they do that, and it jumps the shark a bit more. And the big part of it was the beginning of this movie, because The Ring, that start was so impactful. That was such a beautiful start, and it went on for a while too. Phone calls, the TV turning on and off downstairs, the first build up to it was great. And
Kind
then
of like
even,
Screaming Away.
yeah, and even the cut too. Yeah, that scene was parodied. It was so impactful. Like that's the mark right there. When Weird Al gives you a call,
Yeah.
you did. You're there. You did it, bud. And
Well,
this movie, it just seemed like it was just. I, I didn't like it.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off your point, like how you had said, like the character's known. Like, how about at the end when she's killing her dad, which I don't know about you guys, I'm sure you caught it. 10 minutes in, and the first second you see the dad, like the priest, that's her dad. But
Yeah.
but anyway, when she becomes the hero in that scene, supposed to be this scary bitch, and she's the fucking hero. Like she saves that girl's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, and I will say that in the conversation we had about it, via the Facebook Messenger or whatever, I said I hated 75% of this movie, and I liked the direction they were trying to take it until like if they would have just ended it sort of there and she burned the body and then now what, and then it's like, oh, she's not dead, she's actually, wait a minute, she realized she was bad. Like that ruined it for me. But like, they tried to change her. You know what I mean? And I thought I liked it, but just sort of talking about it now, I mean, I I didn't like that part now. I thought I liked it when I saw it, but I
Well,
don't like it now.
let's break it down a little bit more. Let's actually go into sections. And for those of you listening who've already seen it, we'll go step by step too. I think we should give this a try too. Uh, the movie starts with an airplane bit, which is an interesting part. There's a countdown. You have a watch. You know kind of which time. So yeah, maybe I'll be in the air. Can't possibly take me down up here, right? So that's the way the movie opens, was that theory, which is, I like it, but it seems that in this day and age, a lot of people still own VCRs.
No, I don't. No.
So apparently the tape is still doing well. Is also
Yeah.
what we're going, with not just one person but two people who are both kind of just like, oh fuck, we both have the same idea, which was get on an airplane because Samara doesn't, she gets she
You
gets
turn off
airsick.
all
Yeah,
electronic devices.
yeah, exactly. Drop all like, and which is fantastic too, because then you find out that Samara's just like, oh no, I don't give a shit. I'll take down this whole fucking plane.
Yeah.
Yes. Just to get you.
So yeah, there's a part of me that, as I was going down, like I again, I got really prepared and I went fucking real high to this movie, and so I'm sitting there and I almost kind of yelled up. It's like, what the fuck? Now the world's gonna know about her. And I was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
no, everyone died on the plane, so we're probably didn't get out about that.
Yeah, which is not her MO, which is so interesting because Samara's MO is you watch her tape, you have 7 days to figure out the mystery, and she comes after you. So
Surprisingly,
if
a
I
lot of
show,
fucking people know about this though, especially around her town
I know,
and
right?
sitting on
It's
this
it's
mystery.
yeah. I mean, she's become Jason of Camp Crystal Lake in a way. It's like everybody knows about Samara, and it's like, I mean, maybe right because this is taking place in modern day, right?
Yep.
So it's been 15, 16 years since the first movie, since I would say the first incident. So maybe this has become some sort of folklore now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, so as the movie goes on, we are introduced to the characters, two beautiful, beautiful fucking people, half naked having sex, uh, or
Is there
just
any
got
other way?
done, like just two beautiful half naked people, like just like, oh, look at you, just models, look at them, just loving
Yes.
life, being white, loving it.
Having sex. Have to have sex in this movie. Have to.
And then you get introduced to how the VCR gets purchased. It comes with the tape in it. John Galecki's a college professor on neuroscience and studies the tape and distributes it to undergrads and shit like that. And they continue the experiment. Now they add the term tail to this movie, and your tail is the person you're passing it along to, right, to relieve yourself.
Hmm.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like it's a market. It's a thing now. Like it's out there. It's just how viral works, right? So do you think that they're gonna expand on this?
Well, see, no, but see, this is where they fucked up because that's not her MO. I mean, like, we made a huge joke about it, and your guys' joke was hilarious about, oh my god, I have 50 Pippi to kill in 7 days. How the fuck am I gonna do this? But I mean, but that's not her MO. This is clearly a ripoff of It Follows. It's like the filmmakers said, hey, It Follows was a pretty big independent hit. Maybe we should do that
That's
because
not
it's not.
true. They
Oh yes,
No,
they did
it's
not
not
do that
because
in the
they've
original
already
movie.
established in the first movie that it's make a copy of the tape and pass it.
If you survive, and she survived, and she passed it.
Why
If you
pass it then why pass it at all? No, because the kid watched it.
well, see, that's the thing though, is that the kid didn't watch it. The whole point of the first movie was
What?
she she watched the tape in the first movie,
Yeah,
and she got the phone call that said 7 days.
correct.
And then the whole point was she went on this murder mystery hunt to figure out what's going on, and she finds out that Samara's mom was this crazy psycho bitch that pushed her down a well.
Right.
And she's killing people because she's tormented. She's a tormented ghost, but she wants to be set free.
Yes,
So
yes.
Naomi Watts sets her free,
Correct.
and she goes away. She's done, but she kills the boyfriend because the boyfriend saw the tape afterwards. See what I'm saying? So it's like Eric, it
He-
makes no sense to me that
No.
they would be this.
No,
This
get
I
get the
watched it.
whiteboard out, you son of a bitch. This he was he was he had seen it. He was on the clock. He was still on the go. And even when she was released, remember the kid, her son, all freaky and weird looking, was just like, "You did what, bitch? You did
Yeah.
what?" And he freaked out. Yeah, they had. Remember when they made the copy? She did finger on finger action there, where
Yeah.
it made it so that he was pushing the record button.
Yeah.
So she was doing it to save him, and
True.
so yeah, so she probably passed it along to somebody. She's like, "Hey, you should watch
Look,
this video."
look, look. To kind of show my hand, the only thing I liked about this movie was the idea that it's going viral. That makes sense, and I think that's a good way of taking it. Where they took it, Eric was and Ed was completely the way I would not have taken it. But
So
anyway, I mean,
so
yeah,
the plot twists when the main character watches the video out of an act of some bullshit, and there's a new part of the video. Apparently, they broke it down. There was a condensed video. It doesn't matter. There's a video. There's a new video now, and it's made for her, and she goes on a new trip to
Mhm.
go to this little village. Let's just fast forward through everything. It's S'more's mom. That's she's cracking that nut for that. It's S'more's mom was involved in some sort of town cover up. Some creepy shit actually too. Held captive by the local town priest
Yes.
for like how many years was it? Oh no, she was down there for
Uh,
enough to have a baby or something, or
Yeah, she was down there for 9 months or eight. Well, they counted 8.5 weeks, and then randomly it's 9 months.
yeah, something like that. So I don't know.
So the priest knocked her up, like raped her, knocked her up, kept her hidden.
Yeah, and then had the baby, which was then Samara, right? And
yes.
she cracks that case. Good for you. Um, does everything that she needs to do, and then the movie ends with her pretty much doing the rebirth, right? The new
Coughing up a hairball.
2017 Samara. She turns into
So
Samara.
she's Samara,
Dun
and
dun dun. Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, really? I mean, like, that's where I was like, okay, I'm not scared because that's what the Rings movie did. The first one, it was like, oh my god, like this is fucking creepy.
Eh,
They didn't do that this time.
By the way, everyone, just like that thing that I described, in between that was just some cheap jumps and some silly turns. That's
Yes, silly turns,
Mm-hmm.
cheap jumps.
they
Not a
split
very good
up.
movie.
Like they know that they're both in a situation, the boyfriend and girlfriend, when they're in the bed and breakfast. By the way, also that's not how bed and breakfasts work. By the way, they're on a fucking tight schedule. Anyway, in in that part, like when they split up so very very far apart, you know,
Yeah.
like really, you guys have cell phones, fucking call each other.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
going to church. Hey, going to the house. Hey, BRB. It's fucking something. Like,
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of mishaps with it. Look, my problem is not to get into my review too fast. My problem is that I just wasn't scared. I mean, The Ring, the first movie, I'm not going to justify that it's a great classic, horror movie of our teenage years. It was fun and scary. I mean, but that doesn't mean that it was great. But I was going into this hoping to be scared. I mean, like I said before the beginning of the show, I walked in the theater going, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know." Like if you go to a roller coaster and you're waiting in line for 2 hours, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know." Like you get a little scared. That's what I was feeling that. And then as soon as the credits happened, I was like, "Oh, I'm old and fat. Why am I here?" It's like, it's just this movie to me was not terrible. This was not worse than Resident Evil, but it was just a blah movie for me. You know what I mean? Like it did not give me the ending that I wanted. I was not happy with that at all. They should not make another one. Please don't make another one. There's just no reason.
All right.
Agreed.
That's my opinion. So, with that being said, Eric and Ed, we have we were talking about our rating system, and we decided to simplify it a little bit for not only us but for the fans. So it's going to be a 3-tier rating system. It's going to be full price, half price, or no money at all. So, Ed, how much would you pay for Rings?
Oh God, I left the theater wanting to tell the director to cash me outside because I was fucking done with this. Like I wanted my money back. Okay. I felt like, I mean, I get what they wanted to do. Like they took the story that we knew, and 14, 15, 16-year-olds nowadays haven't the slightest idea what a VCR is. So, and they even make a joke. It's like, this is like ancient technology. And then, Johnny Galecki's like, oh no, this was cut rate technology. This was like cutting edge technology back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so, it's just one of those things that like they there's not even a real need to go too in the detail because anybody who's seen this movie realizes that it is just fucking terrible. I hated 75% of it before we started talking, and then we started having a conversation about it. Now I hate 100% of it. I would, given the opportunity, I would do my best to attempt to lobby you guys even further to not have seen this movie. I would not pay a dime for it. Thank you very much.
So no money for
No money.
Ed. Eric,
Nope.
what would you pay to see Rings?
The things I didn't like about this movie. First off, I might go a half price, and I'll tell you why. Things I didn't like about this movie are the two main characters, Julia and Holt. Not because of their acting ability, or maybe how I just didn't really feel for the characters. I think, to be honest, I think it was just the age of the characters. I think the reason why Rings was so impactful is because you had this kind of a strong female character, a detective, a sleuth, kind of, going around, and you could tell she was experienced. She knew what she was doing. She felt confident in what she was doing. She was onto something, and that was a little bit
Ripley.
more. Yeah, exactly. So I think age had a lot to do with it, but with the age comes your demographic. Half price because this is a date movie.
Yes.
Plain and simple, easy, silly date movie in the same terms that, yeah, I'll go to the carnival on the weekend because there's nothing else to do. You know, that just is what it is. So it was an entertaining date movie. I wouldn't see it again. Like, we told you, in this show we told you the movie and pretty much where it's gonna go. You're good. You got confirmation right there. You are good. You don't need to
Yeah.
see this movie. Um, but yeah, the acting is fine. Vincent D'Onofrio always on point. America's sweetheart. That guy. He is a gem. I truly believe that. So, but
I'm
that's
going to
it.
go half price myself. And the reason why I'm going to go half price is just because I have a disease. It's a very serious disease. I've gone to classes for the disease. Ed has been my sponsor for years, going on a decade now. That disease is called a completionist. So if you suffer the same disease that I do, then yeah, you got to check this movie out because you are a completionist. I mean, this is Ring 3. I have to see it. When they finally get their tampons out and make Friday the 13th, I'm going to see it. I have to. I'm a completionist. Other than that, though, besides the opening, which, okay, you know what? I'll give the movie this. Samara killing the people on the plane thing, that was fun. It wasn't great, but it was fun. It was a good way to get me into the movie. It was the Joker bank robbery scene. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I actually wanted to talk about maybe some improvements or some highlights of the movie real quick, if you guys want to do it.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, for me, half price, not great, but if you are a completionist, check it out. Check it out. So yeah, go ahead, Eric. Go ahead, buddy. Sorry about that.
No, I mean just a few things. If I mean to make this movie a bit better, I think that you could take a few tweaks out of something and you might have actually a bit of a more suspenseful movie. Like I said, I think something with the characters
Okay.
in their age. I don't mind the whole professor thing, so maybe we can go with like a colleague or an estranged friend or ex, something like that too.
Why not? Why not bring the main heroine back?
I mean, you could do that, if you wanted to,
This movie made me want to shoot heroin.
but I mean, but to do that, you're asking Naomi Watts to be on board for keeping it going. Like we're about to make you franchise player here, Naomi. Are you down for that? And you might be better
Well,
off getting someone else.
well, see, no, yeah, because now this probably isn't a terrible idea. But what I'm trying to say is that recast her, have her be the same character, but make it be. Why does it have to be modern time? Why can't this be later in the future? And the Naomi Watts character is an old woman, or she could be a professor where I've done this before, and you crazy kids just don't learn.
Maybe a cameo.
That kind of a thing. Yeah, something like that to kind of get into it. That would have made me have a good time for a little bit, but
Um,
I don't know what else to change besides don't
I
make
think.
it.
How about this? How about this? And this is just an idea. It's rough because I know that Ring series has kind of like a Final Destination franchise opening, where they're known for it. So
Sure.
it's kind of hard to break that.
Yeah.
But
Kind of like Saw.
yeah, but I wonder if they would have done it differently. It's a new video, a newer format, and it's that new video again.
Yeah.
And maybe there could have been something alongside of that, like there's this new viral video that went around, or I got this strange thing on a messenger or on a text. So, but have it be the new video, maybe, but with hints of the old one, or maybe
Yeah.
just kind of splice them in there, or something like that too. So there's your difference. You could do something like that. But my original idea was I wanted to see if the movie's going to be about Samara's mother, then let's make her the main, and let's have Samara just kind of in the back bar. We already know that she's awesome. Like she's there and she's gonna fuck you up, and she'll eventually do the whole rebirth thing. But let's focus more on the mother a bit more. How about in the opening, we do kind of like a very kind of dark, tragic scene of what's going on in that basement, the whole relationship with her and that priest type thing too. Some real fucking tragedy right there too. Like
Yeah.
that part, it gave me chills actually when she's down there and you see the ladder. The main character Julia, when she's down there and there's the ladder behind her, and you turn, you see that the shot of the door frame, and then there's that metal door, that metal barred door in front of it, and you heard the knocks, the boom, boom, boom. Great visual, great sound on that. But I think that might have been an awesome opening, and then really make it more of Samara's mother the focus. You could make this a completely own adventure, just like the first one, where the heroine goes and does this whole adventure, and then the whole Samara thing just kind of ties in with it a bit more, or she'll make the appearance a bit more, or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
That's not a bad idea.
The only thing I'll say to that is, as great as that movie sounds, that is probably more creative than either the scriptwriters or the director could have possibly been. You know what I mean? Like, you're more creative than them. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that
This
this
is our
movie
show,
made
boys. We got,
yeah. The fact that this movie's made plus $7 million, which scared them enough to cancel Friday the 13th, which we know would most likely make a lot more money. Just tells me that they only made this movie to make money, and it didn't make enough for them, and it hasn't made enough. So they're not going to steer from what they know to be scary, and they just ruined it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be too much thought for them.
Yeah. I agree.
No.
There's a lot of things they could have done, but oh well, fuck it.
Well,
But-
it looks like we'll never get this director on our show.
No, we never will. But we will have the director on our show sometime in the future because next week we are reviewing the Lego Batman movie,
Yay.
which I'm excited
Oh.
about. And if you, the fans, go on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it has a 96% critics rating right now.
Why do people like these Lego movies? Maybe I'm surprised. Maybe I'll be surprised. It's fine.
Hey, you know what? This Lego Batman movie could be really fun. And I'm really excited for it. And we do have, because we always do like our 2-week thing, we do have our Lego Batman movie, and then we have our second annual Oscar show. And so we'll be talking about that as well. And then that'll be in February. Get it into March, which I'm excited for.
That's when the movies start coming out, boys.
Mhm.
We got 3 movies in March that I'm just, oh my God, March is going to be so good for me.
I'm so pumped for Power Rangers, I can't even contain it.
Yeah, I got to see that big feature trailer in the theater for the first time. That was I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go.
I'm excited for Kong. I'm excited for Power Rangers. I'm excited for Logan. Those are all coming out in
Oh
March.
yeah, Kong is looking real. Those trailers are looking pretty dope. I'm excited for that one too.
And the last
I
thing
just think Power Rangers are going to trump them all. I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid.
well, you know, the last thing is this Kong movie is leading up to the Godzilla sequel, which is going to be Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
Let's do it, boys.
So
That's
that's-
pretty exciting.
So, because this King Kong is in the same world as Godzilla, it's the same everything. So, can't wait.
Gotcha.
We look forward to it. But I guess we'll talk to you all in 7 days with our next review of Lego Batman.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that was so gay, but I did it.
You've been planning that since you've seen this movie.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to say this. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking us out, guys. Check us out on movieguyspodcast.com, BeRealNetwork.com. Search for us on iTunes. You can find us at Be Real Podcast Network on iTunes or also movieguyspodcast.com. And check us out on Twitter, Movie Guys Pod. And other than that, Eric, Ed, thanks very much for joining me. We'll talk to you guys next week for the Lego Batman movie. Have a good night.
Later.